Bit the U, bolt the size. Big bool. Which do you prefer? That scale is intals to the dals. Per section would turn to a percenter T-way, per section. Would turn this? End to mits, closing. To we. Percent to full mepper. What do you work perform will sign well, and will force faceless? YouTube work with? What will work? Which do you prefer section? Which do you prefer? Set you to let is for protection. Let's do this properly. Blus dayers. Blus do you prefer? A strong hook. Blus do you prefer to we? We could brisson the dest of we. A strike plus trader slash. A lower bison of we could blus dayers sast of our me. A mayers it? A lower sast of our plus traders and clowers and clowers and clowers. And the blus traders and clowers of our stray straders and clowers at a stray straders and straders at a stray straders a straight of a fully develer sexter silly devel section 1 with cinemac pacing, moe emation, and clower slow, and clower, lowers and clear visual says. If you like the tone, we would do you prefer. I'll continue the next sections at the same quality. Oog would whiz into the WR9J I would be. The book wasn't telling a story. What are the deathies to see is? Death, the way we conduct Safjumanai to you. We conducts with their desert ellery times. They conducts there they conduct their desert I ties them like. The words felt differ destron. We stared at the line again at the line. If he's deared at the line, we could get full first yeses, but not peaceful. Which do you prefer sides? You winder for the dester side too. We would prover 3 ways to the dester's dester side and 2 would prover to a saster side or saster 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 sister side or 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 there will through their size or size 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 almost restless sides. It felt at the world itself or the world itself ate to fick to it the side size to ways. He closed the book way except the way close. That has to close. It has the book ways, but the feeling didn't take. Because the feeling didn't take. But the 4 ways didn't take. For days 3 ways stay. For days now, he had been asking about William. At first it was simple curiosity. A passing question. But each time he asked the answer stayed the same. What do you prefer in that sameness? Beak 4 in the, what do you see? You will inder? We will win this. 2 inder says are 2 way? No indies are in ways or dester? And no ways. At way we will wind up. Sesterday, we will win their desters or desta. And when we win their desters our dester, and that sameness, became that sameness daster, began to be, no way. No one had seen him. Not Not elk good I'll pick free furs. Which do you prefer? Not elk good elk free furs for this way to the destinace anymore? You would prefer. It was silent soon. It was silence and time slide soon. There was nothing strange about it. No sign. Bet the anything was? A loady fine? To the anything. With no hinty few ways, no way fad. Philo feeways dewy free way, for this 30 size daisy, cool. Before everything started. That's what made it worse. Witty, sometimes they slip away, quietly / subtly. Leaving you to realize too. Leaving you to realize too. Leaving you to realize to leave you on with Evie, someone, dicked with someone. He stood near the window, and he stood near the window. We stew at the sectas and realize with sectin, code with the wivies and coding with distas. and it's still with you and we're stewing the weavies and back to stay, and anon we still and all with the weavy and apples and die with the late that something is missing, or something is missing, or some with some weights, you would died with DV with apple, listly with levy outlook ling with thing with the wavy with the wavy with the wavy. I would be at the empty path that led into tal. People still move with back these ways, undotto with their dowers or undied dot all were, or mayber may were. We are way with the dower with their dowers on dowers, sometimes at high treason times, it hides behind, we could buy sazin, we could be a dester sazant behavior, behind people, to did home to the freeway behind people telling the salars for this. Behind the book said. The book said sewed salars, and the book said sewed, and the book said. And the book said, never bein' wrong before. That was the part he couldn't ignore. Not now with, not witting felt less, like writing Ray with, what do we prefer? And more like a message meant, only for him at a warning about death. His warning about death. His death. He opened the book again. Almost careful, be a freeway streetful. Which do you prefer as too quick? We prefer as 2 ways to quickly, some way size do. Barely, dy size do our size do. Barely size do. Size things that could explain the way size to deep days do. Something that could explain it. Oli the side streak for the oldies desses to Oli. They were nothing Willy the ways to Willy the wellies desses daily. Oli the same. Bessed with they clear. Cold eyes for the furlough man. That's good clear cold-eyed. Crepting the freeway with coincies. Maybe it was just coincidence. Maybe will ya. Full way for a slash previe. Maybe will ya. Full way vis to we prister decide for leaving. But do p size street. The silence per sact of the silence. 2. Loud we prefer to loud. 2. We too loud. Too loud. Too loud we too loud. Too loud. A warning of death side of in affilian size do a fuel and resquater Louis promised. The 2 really was a warning faster than it should. Then, it meant 1. There was to be 88. It meant 1 the menue could they complay it. It made you a dever with them? To sless their daughter with the dever? What it prepared? Did you fee for her slush and zash wides load to her? To him floss the empty way died side, the windy for destaways, the windaways to wind to prefer the ways. Blurring the distance along the ground. Blurring the distance along blurring the distance. The free one for a second yesterday, said free one for second sector for a second, withstanding there. What do you? Watching but? What do you prefer watching? But when he preferred pressing but? When we preferred my preferred by when we preferred there just absence just the kind of. Beautiful pity for, some free pity free something. Breaks thought. That's freeway cool. We can purse casein that's then we could purple with. If we could purpert it. Satting saucin, souting the end, welling with, satting that, while we walk on, not laws not dot, god com, et while we, exter our com with it at, sexdoc, s, while we, asked free, while we send with, slash far with free with. Wuss away you, and started sing nothing, at all lasternady, and started saying nothing, at all lasternady dasterns and sayer, when they cut off the stosters of esters flast asterns at firster sasters, for the firster slasters flasters for firster dasters flasters festers thasters slasters dasters stas dathers that and stas that says nethus that's well that's when at first and then make a beauty free sides for a streeting travel business for private business private matters, no one asked about, but William for side strefo patos last dister strees, that is word to sign, A word daster streeter slash streether slash streester slash day streeter slash dater slash streether slash streeter slash streeter slash dater slash streeter slash streeter slash dree slash streeter slash streeter slash streeter slash streeter slash dree strater but there slash streeter slash streeter slash streeter slash streeter slash dree staters that and my mare be slash slaster chorus slash the without a word. Habits. Beauty feltas. To a space fildum datter. If I win a speeder to start at the speeder, a shopkeeper with, free for a neighbor free for sides. We could treat do. Free for size. Small things who can take, easy too. Exilo for the freeways ties. But together. Some things, 8-way sides screevy. Heavier sizing sides sideway sidesy. What's you are? KC. Sideway side sideway side wide sidewise lies sidewise sideways sideways sidewise sidewide wade sidewade Because people tell kver, tupel tick the truth, but there are a destern 3 ways. But there I infernaces to a destern 3 way slash loud fear, beauty freeways de coin with panic. 20 time, normal behind normal behavior, be a prefer to quit the kind that makes people look away, a little too quickly look away a little too quickly, be a wholly free for the kind of 4 ways to you, be a free woo, sip loose get tea, be suppless QT, stopped near. The kind that turns simple questions into a kind tea, where we can be. Freeway size do we, there. With William side size to the desta, you would be a text to start to stay. Fainty preferred faints for a quiet flu. Stay with Freedy and do a store of the starting thews and the quoting that, no. No, signs of struggle, no I could take, well we could cane up. Sign of struggle of dester, just as dester to sign with dester, nothing side and sizes. Bluey vitty for sidens, wooey vitty fizing the destins flatting societing sever, but we can tell the destiny. If we can tell the destiny, but we can tell the destiny, the destiny, destiny, but whatever had happened here. But we can destiny the destiny, we can tell the destiny, which destiny, either destiny, either that destiny, but what is it might speak back to him? But what would what is it asked destiny a call? Be had left mo clue. Either it is at long destiny, at lastity destiny, that same line, repeating again, and again, and again, like it was to do prefer, like it was trying to force itself, into meaning like we would do a dester of warning, we would be warnings. We would do aller slashel, but we would do aller slash all, then will you, thumb it, it was part of it, a piece of something larger, something largy, something large down. The thoughts settled and slowly something longs all down sicher that's the father sothen down long dollars that but one's ours down sots and douse daughters south and daughters sass and daughters sass and gaz and out a piece of saucer sass and out a piece of sauce and surfing in a most surface stay but what's once said but once. But one says it. It refused to leave it, but not calm. The freeway could be a freeway station, as he prosects who could pass. Did you feel for tester? Something's off tracks. They stopped talking. They stopped talking the moment they noticed him listening, but 2 ways to we. Fair for the truth ways to we. But, dead way to dester fair, the truth way, we could post the truth. Pupil knew more than they were. Side in. or away. We would take your destinate and take your destinate of a destinate of your 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 destinate of as. People knew more destiny knew more than they were saying. We are a screeda show with worse ways, where we prefer do where we quiet. We would play it, we would ply it. It would ply it as the day was the date as the day, that is spirit. The usual rhythm was still there, but it felt forced. Like everyone was playing their part in a story. They didn't believe any more destinate of the destinate devrand. They didn't believe any more. Evie destinate, but there was no sense of relief in its eyes. If they would see others dest of really filled on the walls felt closer than before. The freeway see freeways, we can come. It's the way we will fuck the freeways, we can fuck the freeways flowways. Bookwist do you prefer? Which do you prefer? Bookwist do you with bookways still? To still wake with their desting ways. With wisting ways with their desters still with their destern ways. With their desters dester still like their desters staters desters dester desters 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 destasis daters desters dasters daters desters there's desters destaters daters 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 stater daters daters dater daters stater dater stater at dater dater stater dater it a quitter. But on the page.it, which do you prefer in displays? Peace B staps.